May 31st, 2025, PSG 3, Inter Milan 0. A through ball from Dembele and Kvaratskhelia doesn't hesitate. Near post, clinical, into the back of the net. The fourth goal in a 5-0 demolition that handed Paris Saint-Germain the one trophy that had always escaped them. He had been at the club for 4 months. Now, with another final on the horizon and 10 Champions League goals already to his name this season, PSG Kvaratskhelia looks ready to do it all over again. Before the Champions League title, before Paris, before any of it, Kvaratskhelia was just a kid from Tbilisi growing up in a Soviet-era apartment block in a working-class district.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
You Maga?
Yes.
Can you show me your most special shirt?
Yes, Dinamo.
Yeah. Why? Why that one?
იმიტომ რომ აქედან დაიწყო ხვიჩას პროფესიონალური ფეხბურთი და აქედან წარმატების გზა აქედან იწყება.
Have each a room?
Yes.
Have each a room. Always the 7. Always 7.
კი უყარდა ეს ფიგიანი ძალიან უყარს.
7.
არა, რა თქმა უნდა, რო ეძახიან, ხვიჩა უფრო მიხარია რა თქმა უნდა, ხვიჩა ქვია და რო ადარებენ იმაზეც რაზეა საუბარი ამ ხელა ფეხბურთის ღმერთს რო ადარებენ, ჩემი თაობა, მე მარადონას ფეხბურთს შეყვარ, ჩემი კუნირი იყო მარადონა.
His father, Badri, was a former Dinamo Tbilisi player, so football was never just a hobby in that house. It was the direction the whole family pointed in. Growing up, Kvaratskhelia looked up to legends of the game like Cristiano Ronaldo, even revealing in an interview with Rio Ferdinand that Ronaldo was one of his biggest idols.
I came here and watched you play a couple of games. I was thinking, who does he play like? In the game today, the last 10, 15, I don't know, I can't think of anybody. But then I thought of Waddle and I thought, this is who he plays like the legend of Chris Waddle. Do you have any players that you when you was growing up, you look at, you model yourself to play like?
Cristiano, but I know that he's a different player like me. But he was my idol, you know. I was watching him everywhere.
What was you watching about someone like Cristiano for yourself? What did you take for your game?
I think the professional he was, it was the main character for me because everybody knows that he's one of the best players in the history of football, but the way he was living, it was the thing that I took it, you know, from him and I learned, and it was many things, but out of the pitch, I think this was how professional he was.
Yeah. He made his professional debut at 16, moved to Russia. He then spent 3 seasons at Rubin Kazan, winning the league's Best Young Player award twice before Russia's invasion of Ukraine forced him to walk away from his contract entirely and restart from scratch back home in Georgia. Napoli picked him up for €10 million, a fee that, in hindsight, looks almost embarrassing. Within 1 season, he had helped drag them to their first Serie A title in 33 years.
I think he's the most exciting player in Europe.
Wow.
I do believe that. Very rarely do we see someone like him come along. You're saying the actual price tag he's come for. And right now he looks like he'll go on and achieve anything and play for Real Madrid. You could see him in a Real Madrid shirt next season. I think he is a special player. But
PSG had been watching the whole time. And when the chance finally came to bring him to Paris, they didn't hesitate. PSG had actually tried to sign Kvaratskhelia the previous summer and failed. Luis Enrique had one player in mind, and he wasn't interested in alternatives. When the opportunity finally opened up in January, the club moved immediately. Enrique's description of him was straightforward: experience, character, the ability to score, beat players one-on-one and defend. That last part is worth paying attention to because for Enrique, a player who only contributes when he has the ball isn't enough. Kvaratskhelia ticked every box: young, versatile, technically exceptional, and willing to work hard. That combination was exactly what the system needed.
Lo que es evidente es que Kvaratskhelia es un jugador muy versátil, que ya hemos querido ficharlo desde nuestra llegada aquí la anterior temporada, no pudo ser, este verano pasado tampoco. Al final lo hemos logrado cuando prácticamente ya no teníamos y no pensábamos que íbamos a tener opciones de ficharlo, y reúne todo lo que tiene este proyecto, que es juventud, mucha calidad con balón, mucha calidad sin balón. Para un entrenador como yo es una maravilla tener un jugador con esa juventud, pero a la vez con esa personalidad y experiencia que nos mejora como equipo, y hoy ha tenido el premio con ese sensacional gol que ya hizo el día del Liverpool y que le anularon por fuera de juego. hoy ha tenido su premio, hoy el equipo ha tenido el premio que considero merecíamos.
The wider football world was paying attention too. Fabrizio Romano, who had been tracking the deal for months, described Kvara to PSG as a player with the right attitude, professionalism and consistency, the kind of words you don't normally hear from a transfer journalist.
I love this question from iMike. What do you think about PSG Kvaratskhelia from Rubin Kazan? I don't know if the pronunciation is right, but I met one person 3 months ago, told me, Fabrizio, look at PSG Kvaratskhelia. I was looking at him and I can say, who's gonna sign this player will sign one of the best talents around. One of the best talents around. I was impressed by this player.
PSG had actually tried to sign him the previous summer as part of a potential double deal alongside Victor Osimhen, but that move fell through. The contract situation at Napoli had been dragging on for over a year. Talks had hit a wall over the release clause, with Kvaratskelia's camp pushing for an exit route that Napoli were unwilling to grant. The longer it went on, the more inevitable the departure looked. When January came and PSG came back in, there was nothing left to negotiate. He left. And what's interesting is that winning the Champions League had been a stated goal long before any of this. Back during his first Napoli season, his father had already gone on record saying Kvicha's dream was to win the Champions League. After the final, Kvaratskhelia said it himself, "It is a dream come true. I cannot describe it." In the league this season, the numbers are solid but not spectacular. 8 goals and 4 assists in 27 League One appearances. Good, consistent, exactly what you'd expect from a player of his level in a PSG side that doesn't rely on one person to carry them. But then you look at the Champions League numbers and it's a completely different story. Across 15 matches in this campaign, he has scored 10 goals and provided 6 assists, 16 goal contributions in total, the highest ever recorded by a PSG player in a single Champions League season. That gap between his domestic output and his European one isn't a coincidence. It tells you something about the level he saves himself for, and the thing is, he's done this before. Last season he scored PSG's 4th goal in a 5-0 demolition of Inter Milan in the Champions League final, the goal that sealed the club's first ever European title. This season he became the first player in Champions League history to register a goal or assist in 7 consecutive knockout stage appearances. PSG are in another final. Kvaratskhelia already has 10 UCL goals and the biggest game of the season still to come. The question isn't whether he'll show up. At this point, the record suggests he always does.